Okay, so we're going to look at solving or making scatter plots, and the questions I'm using are the ones we did with the algebra, just so you kind of can expect what to get out of the answers. So the first one we're doing is riding that school bus. So we have a class planning a field trip to an art gallery. The cost to rent a bus is $250 plus $4 per student for the entrance fee. It says let C represent the cost of the trip and let N represent the number of students attending. So we're going to write an equation, and we've seen this equation before. We already have the let statements. So we're going to let C equal the cost of the trip is $250 plus $4 for each student. So that's a 5 there. Okay, so we're going to make first a table of values, and then we're going to plot that data on a little graph and make a scatter plot. So on my table of values, I'm using the equation to help me fill this in. So you can see I have the number of students, the N values, down the left, and I'm looking for the cost of the trip. So if 0 students attend, then I know that's going to cost me still $250, because if you book a bus, you're going to pay for that bus whether some people come or no people come. I didn't put in if 1 student, but I put for 2 students. So if 1 student is $4 and 2 students would be $8, so this would be $258. I didn't put 3, but I did choose 4, so I'm going up by 2s here. So 3 kids would be $4 more, which would be $262, but then we had $4 more, and that would be $266. So I'm just adding $8 every single time, if you can see that. So I'm going up 8 and up 8, and we're going to add another 8. So keep adding on 8, and we'll finish up this chart. So we'll add on 8 here, and we'll get 274, and add on, and we'll get 282, and so on. Okay, so that's what the chart looks like when it's finished, so have a good look there. You can pause it to check your numbers, and that's going up to 30 students. Of course, we could have more students, but that's just going up to 30 and skipping every 2. So you'll notice it's going up by 2 each time, and then going up by 8 each time on the other side. So when I go to make my graph, when I go to make my scatter plot, I'm going to put the independent variable along the bottom. The independent variable is the one that's changing, so and causing the other one to change. So the number of students is going along the bottom. That's the independent variable. Okay. And then that's going to cause the cost to change. So I'm going to put the dependent variable, the one that depends on the other, along the side. So that's going to be the cost of trip. Sorry, that's so messy there. And that's called the dependent variable. Okay, so I need to figure out a scale that's going to work, and I think if I put every line is going to be worth 2. So along the bottom we'll start at 0, and then I'll have 2, 4. This is going to get really messy if I start writing in every number. So this will be 6, and this one will be 8. I'm going to just skip every other. This would be 14, and this would be 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28. This would be 30 right here, but I'm going to keep going. 32, 34, 36, 38, and then we're going to have 40 right here, and then 42 on the end. Okay, so we're going to label that. Now we're going to go up the side. I'm just going to erase that word independent because it's going to be in the way of what I need here. Okay, so if you notice your lowest value there is $250. So I'm not going to start my graph down here at $250 and then go up by $4. That doesn't seem right. So we're going to include a break in the line. I call it a squiggly. You can call it whatever you want, but we're going to start our graph. We're going to jump from 0 all the way up to 250. And then I can go up by $4 every single time. If I write all my numbers in here, it's going to get quite messy, trust me. So I'm just going to make some space here. I'm going to write in, I have 250, my next one would have been 258, so that would go here. My next one after that was 266, so I'm going to write that in there, 266. And my next one after that would have been 274, so I'll write the next one after that. Okay, so this is what your graph should look like. Sorry I didn't make your y-axis long enough there, but you're going to take your line and you're going to try to make the best nice straight line that you can. So hitting every single dot, using a ruler would be ideal, but I don't seem to have one like that on here, and going much further because we're going to need that in a minute. Okay, so that's how we do that. Make sure you make a nice long line. So the first question that we're asked here is how much would it cost for 21 students to go on the trip? So if I want 21 students on the trip, that's going to be the data that's right in the middle of those two and right in between this information. So using my data on my graph, I'm going to go over here to 21 students. So I hear this is 20 and that's 24. So right in the middle of these two lines is going to be 21. So I'm going to come all the way up till I hit my line, and then I'm going to come across, and it's going to be above the that one should be 330, above the 330 but below the 338. So we know that's going to be about 334. So that's where 21 students is going to be. So 334 is going to be right in between those two data points. When we're looking for information in between the data, this is called interpolate. Interpolate, because you're looking in between, inside the data. So the next question is going to be a little bit harder because I didn't make our graph big enough, but it says if the school can only spend $400 on the trip without asking anyone to pay, how many students can go? So we would go all the way up here to 400 on our y-axis and then come along till we hit the line and then come down to figure out how many students. So we know that from the equation we can figure this out. We know that we can take our $400 and subtract our 250 and then divide by 4. And that's going to give me 37.5. But I can't take 0.5 of a student, so I'm going to say 37 students because 38 would be too high. So I have this data all the way up to 30 students here. Okay. And we're going to know that we're going to need more than 30 students to get up to the 400. When I'm looking at data that is outside of my graph, this is called extrapolate. So we're getting extra information beyond the data that we know. So that is how we make a scatter plot. That's what that looks like. The next question, I'll get you started, but with the equation, and then you can go ahead and fill in the table of values. Okay, so let's take a look at this guy here, one we saw before with the text messaging. $35 plan. T is the total cost of the bill. It's going to cost me $35, not 34, $35. I'm saying it but not writing it. $35, and then 4 cents for messages over the 2,000 for every message. So when I go and plug that into my table of values here, I'm going to have for 0 over the 2,000, it was going to cost me $34. 34. Okay. If I go 2 messages over, I'm going to go 0.04 times 2. So just going back to that equation, and we're plugging in the 2 right there. So how much is that going to cost over my $35? 0.04 times 2. So it cost me 8 cents plus $35. So it's going to give me $35.08. This should be 35 here, sorry. Okay, so then now we want 4 text messages over 2,000. So we'll go 4 times 0.04 times 4. I have 16 cents, and we're going to add on the $35. So that'll be $35.16. Do you see it's going up by 8 cents each time? We have adding on 8 cents here and adding on 8 cents there. So you can finish your table here just by adding on 8 cents, 0.08, and we're going to get 35.24, and then 35.32, and then 35.40. So finish off that table. I'll show you my numbers in a second, and then you can go ahead and make your scatter plot. Okay, so that's what my table of values looks like, and I'm just adding on 8 cents for every time, and I'm going up by 2 text messages each time, so notice that. So when you go to make your scatter plot, you're going to put your number of text messages at the bottom, so number of messages here, and that's going to affect your bill, so your total cost will be on the side. So we have our independent variable at the bottom, and our dependent variable, because it depends on how many messages we send, that's going to change. So what I'd like you to do is finish off your scatter plot, send that to me, and answer this question down here at the bottom. Make sure you're answering this. So you're going to extrapolate, use your graph to go beyond the data to find when it costs $80 for your bill. And that is it. Take care.